NANLITE has updated their popular PavoTube II with the 6XR, and this is an 8 kit.
You're watching CineD, supported by B&H and CVP.
Hello everyone, welcome back to NAB 2025. My name is Graham Ayler-Sheldon. Welcome back to CineD's continuing coverage of the show. I am joined by Andy from NANLITE in front of a very cool case of PavoTubes. I understand this is the second generation PavoTube aimed primarily at professionals. Can you tell me a little bit more about this kit that we have in front of us here?
So we're introducing this time is the PavoTube Mark II 6XR, and we're bringing here basically two models. One is the single tube, and one is the PavoTube Mark II 6XR 8-light kit. So let's talk about the tube first. So it's actually an 8-pixel tube, and it also gives you the function of, let's say, building batteries, building CRMX, and then also building NFCs, a wider color temperature range, comparing to the previous Mark II 6C. So these are all the advantages, and also by adding contacts on the tube, you are being able to do like chargings on the case as well, and then plus also adding PD charging as well.
Okay, wow, Andy, a lot to unpack here. So maybe a good place to start is just the difference between, say, output from previous generations and colors and features. Similar. Oh.
Yeah. So the output and the runtime of the 6XR is still pretty much the same as the 6C, but we just sort of extended the color temperature range, added pixel effects, and then also the most demanding features coming from our customer, which is the CRMX. So we're building the CRMX into it.
Great. So you have internal CRMX. Of course, we love that as professionals. And then, so I'm familiar a little bit with NFC technology when it comes to like checking equipment in and out of checking, of say for check room, for example. How does NFC technology integrate with your lights here?
So the first thing is the connection between the app and the fixture, which is the tube. And then second of all, it gives you the ability of sort of saving some presets. So let's say, for example, since it's a tube, so most of the time you are sort of using like a bunch of it. So we're going to launch a function within our app, which is DMX presets. So let's say if you want to set up all the tubes, then you can go to our app, and then you can sort of pre-programming what is the DMX address of the tube, and then what is the DMX mode that you're using on the tube, how many pixels you want, and if you want, you can unlink the CRMX as well. So after doing all the presets, save it, and then once you tap the tube, it saves all the settings that you set on the phone to it, so it synchronizes it. And then also, if you tap to the next tube, it will automatically jump the DMX address to make sure that they are not on the same address unless you want them to react the same.
Okay, without putting too much of a fine point on it, Andy, that's really cool, especially say you have a hallway scene and you have 80 of these in a row. Imagine taking your phone, copying your DMX settings from one tube to another down an entire row of 80 fixtures. I kind of want this for actually all lights now. I didn't know I needed this in my life, but now I want this technology everywhere, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, it's definitely going to help everybody on set.
All right, well, let's dig into the kit itself. So I'm seeing a bunch of different modifiers here, a bunch of different ways to mount. I see pins, I see magnets. Could you kind of run through the entire kit here and what you get when you purchase the 8 kit?
Sure. So coming with the 8 kit, as you see, I mean, there's 8 slots for the tubes, and then we're also pairing with acrylics for every tube. So it's going to be 8 acrylics here, 4 baby pins, 4 tube holders, and 2 magnet tube holders as well. And then also at the same time, you got the AC cable, you got the D-tap cable that allows you to charge either from the AC power or VMA battery or whatever battery that has D-tap. You also got USB output. Let's say you have some other lights or even charging your phones if you want. And then also coming at the edge, it's like the little magnet plates that you can sort of using gaffer tapes to tape it whatever you want and then attach the lights into it.
Now, what's a good way of telling just my overall battery level on all 8 tubes? Is there a sneaky shortcut for that or anything?
So basically, it's just like turn on the power of the box, and basically it will tells you what is the battery level here. And then also at the same time, it's like you have a tube that has been turned on, right? But once you put it in, it will automatically turn off and start charging as well. And then once you grab it, it will automatically turn on, and the CRMX signal remains stable all the time.
Speaking of grabbing the light with the most juice, let's say all 8 of these lights are entirely dead. I put them in the case. Do you have a ballpark time, how long it takes to charge for full if I'm using a case like this?
So the charging time for every tube here is about 2 hours. So basically, it's like putting everything in there and then charge and then connect it to power. Then within 2 hours, you're good to go.
All right, 2 hours, you're good to go. Final question, pricing and availability for the 8 light kit.
So two of the SKUs are available at the moment, and the pricing for the single tube is $149, and the pricing for the 8 light kit is $14.90.
And what about availability? When is it shipping?
It's available to shipping right now.
Well, hey, Andy, I like hearing that. That is not always the case. Oftentimes it's like, oh, I got to wait 9 months now when I hear something, but not the case with you guys at NANLITE. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, that's it for us here at the NANLITE and NANLUX booth at NAB 2025. Stay tuned for more continuing coverage at CineD.com and all of our various channels. And if you have time, don't forget to like and subscribe. That would be super awesome. Thanks, everybody.